Aaron. I'm back again. Wanted to do a late night live to discuss some signs of a Jezebel and other things as well, whatever the flow or divine decides would be important to discuss. Those of you who are new, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. On this channel, I talk about pretty much uh, anything that pertains to chosen ones, narcissism, spiritual warfare, signs of behavior, signs of the times. Pretty much a channel for awareness to help good people on their journey called life. Life is a journey. It has its ups and downs. It has its roller coasters. Um, you will encounter people. Some of them may not be human. I discussed that as well. You know, in this society, there's more than meets the eye when it comes to people. And when you're considered a chosen one, you have to be at a level where you have to look past appearance. You have to pay attention to how people move, the words that they say. Um, yeah, the way they move and the words that they say, pretty much. The things they try to perpetrate, you have to come down to a conclusion of what kind of purpose are they trying to fulfill. A lot of people are pretty much aiming for diabolical purposes. You know, a lot of people have spiritual sicknesses. One of the spiritual sicknesses that a lot of people have is the spirit of Jezebel. You know, baby, good to see you. Bubba, what's going on, brother? Yeah, all right now. Good to see you all. I'm glad y'all up late night. This message is gonna hit home for a lot of chosen ones, a lot of good people out there who, just trying to live right and just trying to keep their energy free from energy vampires and things like that. This message is to sharpen you guys' awareness, to find things to look for, you know, because the Jezebel spirit has many other coexisting affiliations that go with that kind of spirit. The spirit of bullying, the spirit of ignorance, the spirit of lying, the spirit of grandiosity. All combined, the Jezebel spirit makes up a lot of these things. So let's talk about some signs of the Jezebel spirit. The first sign is, and I got my notes here, so bear with me. The first sign of a Jezebel spirit says it targets individuals that they feel are weaker to control, influence, and dominate. Basically, one sign that you can tell that somebody's operating under a Jezebel spirit, whether it's both male and female, is that they always try to pick on the weaker target. You have to be a complete, and I'm going to say it, a complete piece of shit to want to disrespect somebody who's disabled. You got to be a complete piece of shit to try to target somebody who can't really defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's one sign that you're dealing with a Jezebel, is that they like to target you when you're at your weakest. They want to totally stomp on you when you're at your weakest. When you're sick, they want to make you sicker. When you're sad, they want to make you sadder. When you're hurt, they want to hurt you some more. That's a sign of, that's one of the signs of somebody who's operating out of the Jezebel spirit. Because really, that's what narcissism is the Jezebel spirit. That's the honest truth. Another sign is has an unnatural sense of self-importance. There's people that feel entitled to your attention and they don't even have to know you. You know, and them the ones that take the hardest ego deaths, because when people be like, "Who is you? Get the hell out of my face," they act real butthurt. They act like you done killed their dog. They act like you done killed their grandma. They act like you done killed their son, because they already have in their mind that they're so highly important and superior, and it's a grandiosity mindset that these Jezebel spirits have. But when somebody pops their ego, it's like You want to see somebody who really is down in the dumps? Papa Jezebel's ego, Papa Narcissist's ego. Do something contrary to what they expected you to do. Some people, they feel entitled for you to respect them, but they don't have to respect you. You know, it's like, why do you want me to respect you, but you don't respect me? Why are you in my face trying to nitpick with me? But if I do it back to you, now you butthurt. Now you hate my guts. You know, so that's sign number 2. Has an unnatural sense of self-importance. They think they are superior. They think they are entitled to your attention. That's one sign. Another sign is requires excessive admiration and attention. How many of y'all ever met somebody where it's all eyes on them? They have to have the attention. I've been around people where if the children are having fun, they'll even ruin children's fun and try to divert the children's attention on them. This is psychologically a spiritual sickness. You know, they have to have attention and admiration at all times. Even if it's negative attention, they have to have it. They'll stir up some stuff. They'll triangulate just for attention, man. You know, they don't want somebody else to have the spotlight. They want the spotlight all to themselves at all times. I know some of y'all have ran into people like that. Are you friends with them now? No, because everywhere you go, they got to be showboat. They got to be center of attention. Always opening up their mouth, always stirring up something. That's another sign that someone is operating in the spirit of Jezebel. All right. So another sign shows arrogant, haughty behaviors and attitudes. So basically, you can't tell them anything. If they want to be haughty and provocative and seductive, you can't tell them anything. If they want to be mean and nasty and disgusting, you can't tell them anything because they're arrogant. They have haughty behaviors and they have an attitude. All right. Another sign of the Jezebel's dealing with somebody who has a Jezebel spirit, they have lack of self-control. They're unpredictable and they're unconcerned about how it affects other people. That's why some people you meet, you be like, damn, why did you do that to little Nisha? Like, she only 5 years old. Why would you do that to her? I don't give a damn about little Nisha. She shouldn't have did this, blah, 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 blah. You know? Or somebody who's unpredictable. You know? When you dealing with somebody who's unpredictable, you never really know what really triggers them until it's too late. And truth be told, a lot of stuff triggers them for some reason. It's like, okay, you messed up, triggered them one time, they blow up on you. Then it calms down. You do something else to trigger them, they blow up on you. Don't expect these kind of things because you don't really know them. It's like a lot of stuff triggers unpredictable people, man. At any given moment, you could do one thing, say one thing. A lot of times, you could just say something to try to, make them look at themselves. That's another sign we'll talk about, is how they don't like to self-reflect. That's another sign we'll talk about. But when you try to get somebody to self-reflect, they become very unpredictable. You don't know. Some people will cut you off. Some people will try to set you up to get jumped. Some people will take it to the extreme. When they're unpredictable and you hold them accountable, it's like holding certain people accountable. They be ready to take it to the extreme with you. They'll try to jump you. They'll try to get you shot at. A lot of good people have been killed because somebody didn't like what they heard and they became unpredictable, uncontrolled, a lack of self-control. Accountability stings. It hurts when you think, especially if you've been doing a lot of dirt for a long time. But some people cannot handle it. Takes a certain strong person to handle accountability, to be accountable for your actions, to be accountable for the things that you've done, and to admit that you messed up and you want to do right. See, this is the thing, right? It's not how much of a mess you make, are you willing to clean up that mess? Are you willing to clean up that mess? Yeah, you made a mess. We all made a mess in our life, but are you willing to clean up that mess? Okay? Are you willing to clean up that mess? See, there are people out here that operate in the Jezebel spirit, they operate in narcissism and things like that. They would rather pile that mess up till it's like it's too late. You should have cleaned it up when you had a chance. You didn't want to clean your act up. You didn't want to clean up the stuff that you've done. You didn't want to clean up your behavior. You didn't want to clean up your environment, your living space. And the mess just keeps piling up. You know, we all made a mess, but are we willing to clean up that mess? See, when it comes down to chosen ones, a lot of times we didn't have a choice. We had to clean up our messes that we made because society was not going to be fair to us like it's fair to other people. So you had to clean up your mess. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about the Jezebel spirit, you know, they'll make a mess and they're not concerned about how it affects you. They're not concerned about how it affects little Nisha, even though she's 5 years old. They do not care, man. This is how you know that someone is operating out of the Jezebel spirit. All right. The next sign is exploitative, abusive, takes advantage of others to achieve their own goals. You know, a lot of times, and I mentioned in my videos, you're going to run into people. They're like revolving doors. The only reason why some people come into your life is because they only want to use you for something. Whether it's to get attention from other people, whether it's to get some money, whether it's to use you for sexual supply. You know, it's like they come into your life to exploit you for whatever it is that you have. They'll come into your life because they see you in a high position and they want to try to take over your position. And a lot of times the Jezebel spirit come to kill, steal, and destroy because that's one of Satan's top henchmen is Jezebel. You know, they operate hand in hand. You know, they will exploit. They will try to take advantage. Okay? They don't really come from a genuine place. A lot of people don't come from a genuine place. You know, given inflation and things like that, this message here that I'm doing tonight is going to be very important because there's a lot of people out here, they're very exploitative, very sneaky, conniving, and they're looking to take advantage of anybody who they could. You know, a lot of parents nowadays are taking advantage of their children and using the family title, but they don't really love their children. You know, they don't really love their children. So you got to be careful out here nowadays and identify the spirit of Jezebel because it's operating in a lot of people, y'all. A lot of people. They're exploitative. They're abusive. You know, abuse can be overt and abuse can be covert. And abuse can be behind your back. Overt, covert, behind your back. There's people that are operating like that. You know, so be very careful. Pay attention to the signs. You know, so yeah. So that one was exploitative, abusive, takes advantage of others to achieve their own goals. That's another sign that you're dealing with the Jezebel. All right. Void of empathy, but will mimic empathy to seduce and control victims. Listen, and I'm going to talk to the fellas and I'm going to talk to the ladies. Listen, fellas, be careful of these women, some of these women that are trying to be seductive. They'll mimic your empathy, but a lot of times they don't have that kind of empathy residing within them. They're just mimicking off of you. You know, as a man, if you can't spot a seductress, if you can't spot someone who's all about the money, you know, do you feel, let me ask you a question. If you're with a female, fellas, do you feel loved by her? Or do you feel used? Do you feel like she's always asking you for favors? And what is she giving you in return? What kind of favors is she asking of you? Because when you're dealing with Jezebels, they ask humongous favors. But a simple favor like trying to, fix you your meal, fix you your plate, they won't even want to do that for you. You know, she wants you to rub her back, but she don't want to rub your back. You understand? Void of empathy, but will mimic empathy to seduce and control victims. A lot of dudes right now got caught up with a Jezebel seductress. She doesn't love you, but she will use that kitty cat to control you. And there's men out there right now that got caught up in that mess because he's under some sort of spell. You know, ladies, when you're dealing with a man, when you're dealing with a Jezebel man, he will not contribute to your happiness. You will sacrifice a lot to be with that man. Some men believe that women owe them everything and they should just sit back and do nothing. And some women are so low in self-esteem that they will allow this man to run over her. He is a Jezebel. Then you wonder why he'll sleep with your little sister. You wonder why he'll sleep with your auntie. You wonder why, they show videos on World Star. A woman comes home and see her man in the bed with his mother. How does a man have this much time on his hands to sleep with your mother? Ain't he supposed to be out working to provide and help support you and the kids in the household as a team? But he has a lot of time on his hand to sleep around with your mama? That's a Jezebel, man. So, and then, when you're dealing with men like that, let me look at it real quick. They don't really have empathy. If you let's just put it like this: some women have kids some women have kids already, but then ran into another dude, and this dude doesn't even respect your children, doesn't even respect your household. At least if he's gonna be in your life, and you already have a child, that's not his child, but you have a child and you bring him in your life, the least he can do is respect you and the child. He doesn't even respect your child. He will target your child, sexually abuse your child. Yes, this is Jezebel activity. They come to kill, steal, rape, pillage, and destroy, y'all. So these are signs that, ladies, you should pay attention to. If a man is doing that, he does not love you. If he's disappearing and you don't know where he's at for 2-3 days, you hitting his phone up, fellas, if a lady's doing that to you, they don't love you, man. They want to have access to you when they want to, So, that sign was void of empathy, but will mimic empathy to seduce and control victims. Yes. Another sign is jealous of others, but believe others are jealous of them, aka they're delusional, y'all. And I said this before in a lot of my videos. When you're dealing with toxic folks, they are delusional. Their reality is distorted. What you see with them, you hear some of the stuff they say, you be like, bro, that crap not true. What the hell are you talking about? But they believe that people are jealous of them, but they are the ones that are jealous of other people. All right? Another sign of a Jezebel is defensive and combative whenever confronted about anything. Oh my gosh, do not confront a Jezebel or a narcissistic person about anything. Because if you do, guess what? It's wartime. If you don't like what they're doing, leave them alone. If you constantly trying to fight to get them to see, or you trying to, talk to them in a reasonable manner, it's not going to be reasonable with them. It's not going to happen. You're dealing with a Jezebel. You're dealing with someone that likes to do evil. And when someone likes to do evil and somebody tries to tell them to stop doing evil, they'll turn all that evil energy towards you and do all kinds of stuff, man. Smear your name, lie on you, triangulate, set you up. All because you confronted them. There's some people that you can't speak sense to. You cannot speak sense into certain people, y'all. They are bound by their wicked ways. They will get defensive and combative. Some people right now will literally fight you for calling them out. Some people right now will literally kill you or try to shoot up your house for simply calling them out on their evil wrongdoings. You know, the question is, are you willing to die for righteousness' sake? If so, go ahead. But if not, you have to be strategic when you're dealing with these Jezebels. You don't have to necessarily go tick for tat with them. Let them have their little win, because I guarantee you, whatever little win they have ain't compared to the win that you gonna have. So let them go tit for tat and be petty and all this crazy stuff. These people, they have a spiritual sickness, man. You can't tell them anything. They will get defensive for telling them the truth about themselves. Yes. So that sign was defensive and combative whenever confronted about anything. There are people out there, they don't like it when you confront them about their behavior. They just don't. They're liable to kill you. They're liable to set you up to get jumped. They're liable to cheat on you if you're in a relationship. Whoever been in a relationship with somebody and you call them out on some stuff, next thing you know, you ain't heard from them about 2-3 weeks. You best believe they was sleeping around behind your back. You know, after 2-3 weeks, that relationship is over. You disappeared on me for 2-3 weeks, all because I was telling you how you treated me is wrong. I'm trying to compromise with you. I'm trying to understand how we can make this work, and you still went and disappeared for 3 weeks because I tried to compromise. I tried to come to an agreement with you. No, you can't reason with people like that, y'all. Um, so another sign is they demand automatic compliance, has unreasonable expectations, and critical when disappointed. You know, whoever met people that when they have high expectations of you and when you disappoint them, they try to make you feel like crap. You know, and I'm telling you, it could be over some of the smallest crap. It's like, okay, you made some pancakes, but they expected you to put cinnamon in your pancakes. But you don't cook your pancakes with cinnamon, but they expected you to, it's like in their mind, they expected you to put it in there regardless. Like, you know I like cinnamon. Why you ain't put cinnamon in the pancakes? I'm disappointed in you. Now the pancakes is all bad. The pancakes still taste good. It just don't goddamn cinnamon in it. And you didn't know that they wanted cinnamon anyways. You know, basically when you're dealing with these kind of people, it's an unfair trial. It's not gonna be fair, bro. You're gonna get ridiculed because you didn't meet their expectations. Expectations that are unrealistic. Expectations, you know, like the narcissists in your past, they expected you to just tolerate every single thing that they did to you. They expected you to do that. They expected you to just continue to supply them with sex whenever they wanted. They expected you, you know, to just supply their family whenever they wanted. They expected you to be their nothing, to be their slave. They expected you to be these things. They expected you to not have emotions. They expected you to not have that. Oh, but when you leave, it ain't gonna be their fault. They're gonna say, "Man, I'm disappointed in this person. How dare they leave me?" That's unexpected, man. I didn't expect them to just leave. I'm disappointed in them. You know, they just couldn't have. They're gonna say, "Oh, man, they just couldn't handle me. They just couldn't handle me." They're gonna always say that. They don't want to look at themselves. They say, "Man, this person just can't handle me. Man, my family members just can't handle me. They can't handle me." They're gonna always say some goofy shit like that instead of looking at how their behavior is the reason why people are leaving them. But they're always gonna say, "Nah, see, they just can't handle me. They couldn't meet my expectations. They weren't worth my time anyways." Delusional. That's a Jezebel. What you gonna say to them? You know? Um, Another one is sows seed of discord. That's pretty much self-explanatory. They're gonna sow seeds of confusion. They will lie to you. They will triangulate you to somebody else. They will lie to people about what you did so they can get other people to hate you. You know, There's people out here, man. I'm telling you, both men and women, they're nasty. They're vicious. When they want to totally decimate somebody's character, they're just gonna sow seeds of discord. You know, this is what they do, y'all. That's the signs of a Jezebel. When they sow discord and confusion, you wonder why random people just hate you all of a sudden. You know, people are talking about you behind your back. Um, Another one, and I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but dressing seductive. You know, just because someone dressed seductive, and men can dress seductive too. You know, some women like when men wear certain things, but it's all for the attention and admiration. But there's no love involved when you're dealing with a Jezebel. There's no love involved at all. You know, they will seduce you. They will bring you into bed. They will impregnate you, or you know, they will have you in the hospital regretting your life, giving birth to another demon. Yes, this is what they do. They will seduce you. They will mimic empathy to lure you into bed. But the thing about it is, when you're dealing with a Jezebel, the signs are always there, y'all. The signs are always there. It's just a matter of paying attention to how this person is making you feel. Do you feel like you're just an option to them? You know? And if this person wants to rush real fast, you know, you met them yesterday and today they talk about something they want to get married, that's a red flag, man. You know? Everybody has some sort of past. Everybody has some sort of trauma. Everybody has some sort of behavioral issue that they're trying to work on. Some are worse than others. You have to learn these things when you're dealing with people. You have to learn these things before you decide to marry somebody and things like that. You know? So, you know, these are some of the signs of a Jezebel. There's more signs. I just haven't had them written down. But let me see. Let me look at the comments. Okay. We got, okay, Bubba. Okay, good to see you. E-Baby says, that's true. E-Baby says, exactly. They act as if people shouldn't have boundaries. Exactly. E-Baby says, they'll make a mess, then move on to the next. Yes. And that mess keeps piling up. You know? That mess keeps piling up. One Love, good to see you. Absolutely, yes indeed. Having a narc parent, I agree. Listen up because he's speaking all true. Oh, thank you. I was married to a narc. Jezebel is in high demand. Yeah. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Right. The facts. One Love says, forgive them and move on. They never change. True. Smear campaign masters. That's right. The narc broke into my house, tore it up, stole my clothes. He tried to unalive me. Yeah, and I'm willing to bet because you caught. Yeah, yep. I caught him cheating and I broke it off and he was angry and wanted me gone forever. Yeah, because you caught them, because you confronted them about their wrongs. They can't handle that. They'd rather kill somebody. They are the seed of Satan. These are Satan's children, man. There's a lot of them out here. Huh? There's a lot of them out here. It's not a game, y'all. No, it's not a game at all. You have to understand what kind of people you're dealing with. Some people, you know, you can't be petty with everybody. Some people are so petty, they'll take it to the extreme and want to kill you because you're calling them out. Sometimes you got to lead people into their evil game and stay away. You know, let them have their little petty win because that little petty win ain't nothing. Is nothing compared to the win that you're about to have. You know, you can win in life when you don't have these kind of people in your life. It's a matter of identifying who's around you with these kind of signs. You know, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brothers, your cousins, your grandma, your grandpa. Shiesty. They will sleep with your husband. They will sleep with your wife. I'm talking about family members, man. Spirit of Jezebel. Friends will do that. Yes, you're a toy to the narc. Absolutely. A toy. Evil, very strategic with the games. Absolutely. Yes. These are the signs of a Jezebel, y'all. So, like I said before, everybody's going to make a mess. It's all in how you clean up that mess. You know, whoever tried to throw a paper towel in the trash bin and missed, are you going to sit there and leave that paper towel on the floor, or are you going to go pick it up and put it right back in the trash bin? You know, that's life, man. We going to mess up, but are we going to clean it up? You know, we going to mess up, but are you going to clean it up? There's people out there, they want to make a mess and they want somebody else to clean it up. They don't want to clean it up themselves. You know, they gonna make a mess and they don't want to clean it up. If you're a chosen one, you had no choice. You grew up the way you grew up, right? You was the main one that was chosen to wash the dishes. You was the main one that was chosen to dust, you know, and vacuum. While your other siblings, they get to play with their little toys and all that other stuff, you know. You was the main one that had to do the cleaning. So you knew the concept that if you make a mess, you have to clean it up. I feel sorry for people that have parents that clean up after them every time. Like if they child make a mess and they go out there and just pick it up and clean it up for them. Don't give them a sense of idea of allowing that child to clean it up for themselves. If you raise them young to clean up their own mess, they will be great people when they get older. A lot of people out here have parents that failed them. That's just the honest truth. Because when you're dealing with generational curses, man, motherfuckers don't see anything wrong with passing down wicked ass toxic behavior to the new generation. You know, these people out here, they got children and don't even realize how powerful that new generation could be, but these motherfuckers want to hold them back, teach them bad toxic traits. And then it's like when they get older, they have to find a way to struggle out of those kind of behaviors. You know, your daughter could have been a real good singer, but because you want to turn her into a hoe, now she's over here dressing seductive, trying to, you know, and she's over here fighting for the mother's validation because the mother will always make her daughter feel like she's never good enough. Same thing with these daddies out here. This dude can be a good mechanic, but because the daddy has a tradition, oh yeah, we're a family full of lawyers. Fuck your fucking mechanic dreams. You're going to be a fucking lawyer. Do not do that to that man. Let that man become a mechanic. He's passionate about it. Give him a wrench. Give him a starter kit on how to fix things. But no, they want to crush this person's dream because it's all about tradition and toxic traditions. Yeah, my great grandpappy did it. My daddy did it. So you gonna do it too. That's not right, man. We dealing with a new generation. It's a new wave, man. New things. Every child that's born has certain gifts already stored within them from the time they were born. They were born to be singers. They were born to be artists. They were born to be gifted with technology. They were born to be public speakers. They were born to be financial advisors. They were born to be these things. Don't, you know, it's all a matter of allowing them to find that way. Find their way. Allowing them to find their way. You know? But listen, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. And let me shout y'all out. E-Baby, good to see you. Mad Max, good to see you, man. All right, yeah. One Love, good to see you. And Bubba, good to see you, brother. And listen, y'all. I know it's late, but I love y'all. And you know, I hope y'all been enjoying the content I've been putting out. I've been trying to put out content as much as I can. You know, just to help the people. You know, and that's what this channel is all about. It's all about love. It's all about accountability. It's all about being better than what we are. Because we can. But I'm not going to be hard on you. Because I'm doing the same thing too. I'm working on becoming a better person too. But listen, y'all. I love y'all. Be safe. And I'll catch y'all another time, man. All right? Bye-bye now.